Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Welcome back to the show. Tobi Hight joining us here, our esthetician, Reiki practitioner as well. Third Eye Candy is the name of the company, and I'm excited to have my friend back here from Choctaw, Oklahoma. I got to learn all about where she lives on our last session. I'm excited to have her back here to talk more about the work she does with her energy readings, her emotion coding, and so much more. Hello, welcome back. How are you?
Hello. I'm excited to be back. I'm good. I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you. Excited that, it's like summer is coming to an end. The Labor Day weekend is next
Yeah.
weekend. It's
What are
coming
you guys
upon
doing?
us. I'm excited. Well, kids go back to school the following week, so I'm really excited.
I bet. Yes.
Yes. So other than that, it's been a good summer, but I can't wait to get back in the swing of things and feel a little better because it's less stressful when the kids are in school. What about
Yeah.
you? What do you have planned for the big weekend? Anything good?
Okay, so I'm going out of town this week. So,
Oh, are you going to Rhode Island or?
yes. So I'm in the stressing out stages. Do you stress out before you go on a trip? Like when it's time to pack and get everything and your schedule gets busy?
Thank you. I'm so glad you said that because the guys don't understand this.
No.
I get anxiety. I have to pack everything. My suitcase is always overweight. I have to bring two suitcases. And then the one time I didn't bring a suitcase last year with my kids to Nashville, and the second one, guess what? Ended up at the TJ Maxx near the Grand Ole Opry buying a suitcase to take home because I just feel like I'd rather have more than less. But it's a
Right.
problem. It
You
gives
want
me
to?
stress and anxiety. And then I come home and then I never even have time to unpack it. And that's another anxiety.
Oh,
What
me too.
tell me about your packing. Go ahead.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so the last couple years that I go on trips, I like to plan my outfits like before I pack because then when I'm on my trip, I don't have to worry about coordinating. It's like I already have my outfits already planned out, but while I'm like doing the organizing and the packing and the laundry, I'm like stressed out. I don't know what about laundry in general gives me anxiety. It does. How do you do it with like three people?
I know it's hard. It's hard. Like right now this morning, I remember I came out of the I was gonna call it the washing machine, the dishwasher, the dryer, and everything's up on the landing in my house, and I just had to leave it there because I had to start work. But there's piles. What happens is, in my case, there's piles on like the kids' bed, piles on the floor, piles in my room. I never get to. It's like,
Same.
yeah,
Kyle. You know what
yeah.
one of my friends told me? She was like, well, they have people who can do your laundry and then they bring it to you all folded up and all you have to do is put it away. I'm like, the only part I'm not good at is putting it away. That's the part I
Exactly,
need to hire someone
exactly.
for.
Yes, and I'm like, I don't want to waste that money. I could do it, but then the problem is making the time to hang everything. And then I don't even use a hamper. Some people are like, what? I'm like, no, I put it in, take it out. Someone, they get undressed at night to go into the shower. I take their clothes, it goes right. And I don't like hampers. They bother me and they take up space. But
Exactly.
what do you
Yeah.
do?
If I'm good, when I take it out of the dryer, I'll at least like lay it out in a pile. My mom's always on it. She's like, you don't want it to be wrinkly. And she's right. Once it's too wrinkly, I'm just gonna put it back in the dirty clothes, you know?
It's so
I hate the
true.
wrinkles. The laundry. It's like you would think after 33 years of my life I would have this under control, but no. And here I am, a few days out from, my trip, and I'm just like freaking out about the freaking laundry again and the
And
outfit.
can I ask about the trip? Are you going to see
Ah,
someone? Is there a
well,
relationship or is it a friend? Is it work? What is it?
so I'm dating a guy that lives in Rhode Island. Yeah, He's from here, Choctaw. We grew up together, and his
Oh.
mom is a client of mine, and she lives in my town, just right down the street, and I know all of his family, and yeah.
And
So
what part of Rhode Island is he in?
the Newport area.
Oh my gosh, that's right. Oh my goodness, exciting.
No, I am so excited. I've been looking forward to it. It's just today is packing day, and so I'm just like,
Now, have you been there before though?
yeah.
Okay, so you know. So yeah, it's so gorgeous, especially this time of year. What a weekend. Wow.
Yeah, I'm very, very excited. The one long distance dating, it's not something that I ever really wanted to get my signs self signed up for, you know? But here we are. So,
Well, he's from your hometown. Do you mind me asking what he does out there? Is it like he has to live out there forever and vice versa? Like what, or
well,
could
he
we
doesn't
commingle
have
in the future?
to. He comes out here quite a bit, just as much as I go out there, but he has a son. And I think, okay, so I think his son lives in Boston because that's where I met him. But his son was saying that he lives in New Hampshire, and I know all those states are close together, so he might
Yeah,
live in New Hampshire, and we just met in Boston,
got it.
if
Okay.
it
Oh
was
my
like
goodness.
halfway or something. But yeah, he's never gonna leave his son, of course.
Yep.
And he has a diving company where he it's like a commercial diving company, and he
Wow.
cleans boats and repairs boats, the sailboats. The sailboats are
Wow.
like a thing there, I guess. And so, yeah, he does that. And then he's in a band. He's in a country band.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah.
Exciting. A
Yeah.
country brand that we would know?
Well, they do like local bars and,
So cool. Oh my
yeah.
goodness. I love country music. We just went, did I tell you I took all my kids to, all, I have two, but then I have two nieces, a nephew, two neighbors' kids. I took them all to the Kenny Chesney concert last week.
No, how was
It was
it?
great. It's great. Great. Yeah, it was crazy to bring all the kids, but because I'm friends with Kenny, I can get free tickets. So I'm like, I didn't even
Wait, hang
ask
on.
this year.
What? You say you're friends with Kenny Chesney?
Yes. Yes, exactly.
No
Yes,
way.
yes. So I mean, how blessed. I get 10 tickets to go to the show, and then the kids are like up front, like that sand pit thing. But like my kid's seven, and like it was crazy because it was good in the beginning when Megan Maroney was on and Zach Brown. But then by the time Kenny came out, it was at 9 o'clock, and my poor son, his neck was killing him. And then the people were pushing and drinking. I'm like, hey, we got to go to our seats now. But it was an experience of a lifetime. My kid's first concert like that. And again, 10 tickets like that. I mean, so I'm very grateful. Yeah, he's a friend, and I'm friends with a lot of his crew guys for over the years. It's been like probably like 15 years I've known him. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, how did you guys meet?
Met him interviewing him actually on TV when I was an entertainment reporter back in the day at this was Channel 11, our CW, or how do I relate it to where you live? I guess it's a CW network, but it's a morning show here in New York that I worked on, and met him that day, became friends with his crew. But then also, get this, his another guy that works with him now used to be with Montgomery Gentry, so I'm friends with him. One of his road managers. I'm friends with the guy in the food service department. Like we just all became friends over the years. So I'm just thankful and lucky that they reached out and they even said, "You're coming," and I'm like, "No, I didn't even think about it this year. Sorry, I'm busy. Blah blah blah. We should come." I'm like, "Okay, well, can I get 10 tickets?" Yeah, I'm like, "Okay, thank you." Yeah, but this time I didn't. Usually I go backstage and get to hang out, but this year with the chaos, I did not go backstage. I just, I talked to Kenny before the show, just text him. That was it. Think about it. He's like a man with so many people and friends. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, and I had too many children. I couldn't even do anything backstage, which is usually fun. But yeah, I had a bigger responsibility this year than to go say hi to my friends. So I didn't even see my friends, but I went to the show this time and it was awesome.
That's amazing.
It
So,
is.
I mean, if you don't mind me asking, how did you get into what you do?
Oh, sure. You're so sweet. I got into this because I needed money to pay for college, right? So what happened was my family, middle class family, my older sister, older brother never went to college. My parents didn't have the means. I worked since I was 12, bought my own car.
Oh,
So it was always into work. And then I wanted to be a doctor. So I started going to the local school here, Stony Brook University, to become a doctor. But I also need another job now to pay my bills. So I got a job part-time working in promotions at a radio station. And then that led to me liking this fun, cool job in radio because wow, now we're going to concerts and we have concerts and we're meeting musicians, and this is cool, this is fun. And then I'm like, maybe I should go into broadcasting. And then I switched majors, got into broadcasting, started working in television right away. And 4 years later, and then always kept working in television. So I was lucky never to have to leave New York. Usually, you to start in television, you got to leave into a smaller market. But I was very, very thankful and lucky. So that's kind of what happened. But looking back now, at 46, I'm like, I wish I would have got my doctorate degree. I wish I would be a doctor. But grass is always greener, right? I feel like
right.
I've had a really cool job and career and so much fun, but the longevity in that career isn't as good as like a doctor. Do you know what I'm saying? I would always have a
I don't
job
think
in this
so.
field. Yeah, yeah, because this field it's hard. You age out, you know. You don't want to look at a 60-year-old woman on TV. It's so men you can, but it's so true. So trying to find a job in television and radio is it's a hard thing. You're a dime a dozen. Everybody wants to work in your field because it's so cool and exciting. So they'll they'll hire the newer, cheaper, younger person because they can. And there's my lesson of the day.
I mean, you would definitely know more about your industry than me, certainly, but I used to feel that way about aesthetics too, that like you age out of it. No one's going to want to come get skincare advice and services from someone who's, older. No, Loki, no, my cat.
Oh,
And now I don't know if that's true. And there's tons of
well,
even famous interviewers, that
yeah,
are
older, but
older and they're
but
experienced, and those are the people that you really want. Of course, it's always fun seeing someone new and a fresh idea and a fresh, look on
mhm.
things, take on things, but I don't really think people age out of their careers anymore. But I see what you're saying. I see what
Yeah.
you're
Yeah, yeah, like yeah, women definitely do, and it's like a underground, not, people talk about it, but it happens. The men are more, respectable and, with their gray hair, with their wrinkles. Us women, we're not, so we have to upkeep and you got to look pretty and you got to, start doing like Botox and like fillers and then you look actually weird and crazy. So, and then
Yeah.
they don't like you like that. So then they get rid of you, I think, to be honest. But just women, I think in general. People want to see a young, attractive. They don't want to see an old woman, but they'll want to see an old man. It doesn't make sense. But I think majority of people, I'm just saying. So it's a little bit of a
Well, you
bias
are gorgeous.
discrimination.
So by the time that if you ever get to the point where, you feel like you're aged out, you're going to want to be retired anyway. So,
True. You're right. You're right.
yeah.
You're right. Yes. Yes.
So what do you guys do for skincare and all that stuff out there? Because I've always been doing all the things. I started getting Botox when I was 21. Of course, I've always been obsessed with skincare, being an esthetician. What's
Well, so
your
your forehead looks great. I didn't even know it was Botox. I got Botox like 3 months ago. It's coming out. But other than that, I started Botox like in my late 20s. But I get it like once every 6 months to a year. I don't even upkeep it. I know some people go every like, is it 3 months?
Yeah.
I
But
don't because I'm like, I
either
don't want.
way, yeah, it's fine. I feel like you don't have to do the most to stay on top of it. You don't have
True.
to do
But it's
all of
called preventative aging, right? Because everyone says if you would have started at 20 and upkept it, that means you'd have no wrinkles, which I didn't do. So do you ever get wrinkles like when your Botox wears out on your forehead or no?
That's why I started getting Botox at such a young age because I didn't like having acne and wrinkles at the same time. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like I gotta have one or the other. This is too much. So yeah, I mean, I do all the things. I go to a med spa and I get filler. I just try to keep it really minimal. Like,
Where?
you
I've never, okay, I wanted to try my lips. I want to get filler. I want to try, like, I have smile lines, but I'm older than you. But I'm scared of the filler because it's more permanent. Where do you get it? Do you mind me asking?
Okay, so I used to do my lips when that was like a trending thing when I was a little younger. Now I
Yeah.
just like nasal labial folds and marionette lines, and
That's
then
what I have. Wait, they put it, where do they put the needle?
they just fill in these lines, the smile lines,
Oh, come on,
they
they're
fill
so
in them.
bad. Okay, but my guy said, "Oh, we can't put it there. You have to put it here to pull it up." And I'm like, "No." I'm like, "Oh my God. See down here? See?" I and then I Google it and I research it, and some people do it. I'm like, I don't understand.
That's kind of why I was wondering, like, do they do things differently out there, like, more advanced, or because yes, they say that you're supposed to like fill the cheekbones instead of lifting and before you do surgery and stuff like that. But we've been doing this, and I only do it like once every 18 months or so, so it's not
Yeah.
like a ton, and it metabolizes. It's hyaluronic acid based, and it metabolizes. And
Which one do you prefer? Just curious, because I'm going back to a different doctor soon.
hey, honestly, I let her decide because she's the injector, the professional.
Yeah,
She's a and so I don't know which one she uses, whether
got
it's like
it.
some kind of Juvederm or what.
Juvederm or Radius, I think it's called, or
Okay, so I was thinking about getting the Radius. Now that is a different one. That one can't be dissolved. And so
oh,
I feel like it's a little more not experimental, but they don't it's just a newer one. They don't know as much about it, but she's wanting to do some Radius like in my neck. So like I like the idea of that, but then I was looking it up and looking at the reviews and I'm just like, oh, kind of
yeah.
scared,
Oh
you
my
know?
gosh. Well, I also had like a facial consultation from someone that like I interviewed here on one of these shows because she's a local Long Island gal. And I went to her and she also suggested, let me turn to the side, to get chin filler, which I never did yet, but still have like a nubby chin. she said she can add and make it. And then you look online, I'm like, wow, I see what people do with filler in this area. I'm like, maybe I could do that. But that my chin doesn't really bother me as much as my wrinkles and like these things. But she
Mhm.
said, no, you can't put anything in here because, and I'm like, I want to put in here. I've Googled it. People put it in here. That's my problem spot. But everyone's different. I guess I got to see someone else. But anyway, for the chin, for filler in the chin, which I don't have, just to tell you, and she quoted me 750. I don't know if that means anything to you. I don't know how much neck filler is for you, but when they quoted you, but prices,
Yeah,
I don't know if they're.
it's 50 to do one syringe of the neck. I think, yeah, 650, or they're running a special two for 1,000, two syringes for 1,000 or something
And
like
what
that.
about Botox? How many units do you get and how much does it cost there? Just curious.
Okay, so I actually get Dysport, which is very
Yes.
similar to Botox,
Mm-hmm.
but it's measured differently. It's like a smaller molecule and it's a
Yeah.
different price and you need more units. So I'd say usually I'll tell her my budget. I'll be like, listen, I have 300 bucks. So there you go.
Give me
You
a
know,
few here, there, everywhere. Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Because
And
when I
we'll work.
was, well, my friend who's a physician assistant, his wife is my best friend. For the first time ever, I let him inject me. He did great, and it was Botox. He gave it to me at cost. It was $400. He
Yeah.
did, but again, it depends how many. I have more wrinkles than you. I'm older, so. But he did that, and then when I used to go to somebody to pay for it, it would be like 750 for whatever I needed. So I don't know.
Well, that's why I always give them a budget kind of because I feel like I'm not saying that they don't know what they're talking about. They do, but if they can, they're going to treat you for every single issue that you have. And so they're always wanting to inject me with like $450 of Botox every 3 months. And sometimes I just feel like I don't really have to have that much, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Just like, let's be on the conservative side. Just not even necessarily for the budget aspect of it. I mean, that too, but also like, I just like to do things in small doses. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Everything in moderation. I love it. And can I ask you another question since we're like friends?
Yeah.
Like, what does your boyfriend think about it? Because every guy that I date, I've never dated a guy who like accepted it. What? You don't need anything done to your face. You don't need that. And they get nasty about it. And I'm like, because it makes me feel good with my forehead, especially when I was on TV every day. The most annoying thing if you watch TV in the news, you got someone's forehead moving. So I wanted a frozen forehead. That's the look. And it makes me, and always, oh, you don't need that. Like putting me down, like I'm like a bad person. And then they think like you had so much work done. I'm like, everyone's like, you had a nose job. I didn't have a nose job. I had a boob job. That was all I've done, I said. And my teeth are real. I'm like, but it makes me feel good. But all of the men in my life have always were like, oh. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm looking for a man that wants to like pay for it and like take care of me, and that's not
Right.
happening. So shut your mouth. I'm gonna do what I want to do. But like, what does your boyfriend say?
Oh, I don't tell
Oh,
him.
he doesn't.
Like,
Okay.
no, heck no, I don't. I mean, not because I feel like I'm trying to hide it, just because I don't want his opinion. You know, he doesn't know what women want, and exactly what you're saying. Hey, that's so unnecessary and this and that. And then men are the same ones who want very youthful looking women. So it's like, I'll say I have a facial appointment. He doesn't need to know the details.
Yeah,
No.
well,
Whether he's paying for it or not, he doesn't need to know the details.
I
Do I
also
look
love
good?
this one. Yeah, when the guy says, "Oh, why are you wearing too much makeup?" Well, you don't need that makeup. Come with no makeup on. And I'm like, okay, man walks into the bar and there's two twins at the bar. One girl has her makeup done, one is in her pajamas. Your eyes are going to go to the hot girl with the makeup on. I'm like, so why are you downplaying it? Oh, that's not true. That's not true. You really
Right.
want me to come out without makeup? Like, I don't feel as good, but like, that's another thing a lot of men talk about. Oh, why do you wear makeup? You don't need it.
I know, and it's like I get it. If we're at home or we're just running around and I don't have to be dolled up, fine.
Yeah,
I mean, great that you like that. But if we're going out, you know, you want a girl who's in a dress and high heels and has her freaking mascara on. So don't let me
exactly.
down. You know? They don't know what they want. They're confused.
I love it. It's
And
so
any
true.
little like, I don't want to say lie, but what did my therapist recently say? Vagueness or something? Yeah, vagueness.
Okay.
I'm just vague.
Good, good. Now, as an esthetician, what else do you recommend people to do, like for their faces? What do you partake in? What do you do laser treatments? Do you do facials? What is
Absolutely, but the number one rule that I hope everyone abides to is SPF every single day on your face and neck and chest, okay? Because that alone, if you're not doing that, if you're not preventing aging, there's no reason in getting laser and retinol and facials because if you're not preventing it, you're doing yourself no justice, like trying to age backwards. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Absolutely.
definitely sunscreen. Tretinoin is amazing, even in
What
small doses.
what percentage do you use? Because my doctor prescribed it and I had it and I peeled my face in the winter. It looked awesome, awesomely red. I haven't used it in a while, but then I went back to the doctor. I said, I need another script of that stuff, but I'm not going to use it because it's summer. But was it like point zero
0.05%.
five? Yes. No.
Yeah. And see, I only use my tretinoin once or twice a week at nighttime. Some people
Oh,
use it every day, and a doctor is certainly going to tell you use this every single day. And I'm not saying that they're wrong. I'm just saying that some people, because of the peeling and the redness and the itchiness and the discomfort, they'll use it every day for 2 weeks and then they'll discontinue use altogether because it's so uncomfortable. They're like, who wants to look like this, you know? Where if you use it just 1 or 2 nights a week, you still get the benefits, but you don't get all the irritation. You do get like
oh.
a little bit of peeling, but just not as much. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Tell me, where do you use it, by the way? Do you use it under the eyes, the whole face, or where do
I
you use it?
do face, neck, and chest.
Okay, good. So
Yeah.
everywhere. And do you
Yes.
still, so twice a week, so do you still end up peeling in a few days or
Not
is it
usually. And if even something else that you can do if you don't want to peel at all is you put your moisturizer on first and then put your tretinoin or your retinols on top.
oh,
And
I
that
didn't
just
know
helps
that.
protect it, especially people that are really sensitive to
Sensitive.
retinols. Yeah. Because not a lot of people, if it's even if it's not peeling, it's still working. All it's doing is increasing your cell turnover.
Thank you. Mm-hmm.
It's increasing your cell turnover. So you don't necessarily have to have the shedding and the peeling for it to be working. And if you want to avoid that completely, you just reel back on how often you use it. And you can also put moisturizer on first and then your retinol layer your retinol second.
Can you put retinol like on your arm or leg or hand too to do the same type of exfoliate? Like I have some like discoloration on my legs. And like I was wondering, would that help it?
Yeah, definitely. They have
Cool.
retinols for your whole body,
Really?
like lotions and stuff that have, low doses of retinols in them.
Got it. I want high dose.
Yeah. Give me the good stuff, the strong stuff. Yeah, I'm with you.
Cool. What else is part of the skincare regimen and routine, Miss Toby?
If you have dark spots or hyperpigmentation, vitamin C is a big one.
Look, here's my melasma coming out. Even though I have foundation on today, but it's from the sun, driving in the car, even with sunblock in the summer, the brown H spots start coming out and freckles. I think that happens with a lot of people.
Yeah, 100%. So sunscreen there, and then the vitamin C helps with that. Now, if you are the type of person that breaks out and has acne, vitamin C is not going to be your friend if you use it every single day. You can probably get away with using it sometimes, but if you have acne and you use vitamin C every day, it's going to flare up your acne.
Got it. Interesting. Yeah. Oh, gosh.
Lasers, have you ever done lasers?
Always, because my girlfriend has a company called Permanent Touch Cosmetics. So I'm thankful that the laser company offers her like free laser tips for people who do like cross promoting. Like she does a lot of like the Real Housewives of New Jersey, New York. So she always has like those people in. I'm like a local news person, right? So I get to come in and so yeah, let's talk about the lasers. So Cyton is the laser company, right? That she uses. But again, everyone's different lasers. I've tried microneedling. I've tried the RF microneedling, but it really doesn't make my face as good as I'm trying to think. What is it called? Oh my gosh, why can't I think? Give me a second. What type of lasers do you use while I look this up?
Oh my gosh, I've done them all. And I can't remember the names, but there's like the Fraxel,
Yep.
um, the what's the recent one I did?
BBL Moxie.
Oh, BBL. Yes,
Yep.
BBL. I've done the microneedling too with the heat
Mm-hmm.
and the PRP, the plasma, where they have you had that where they take out your blood and then spin the plasma out?
Never done that one.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yep, I'm looking. BBL Hero Moxie. That's the one. That's the
Moxie. I've done
one.
the Moxie too.
Yes.
And the photo facial, I've done that as well. Yeah, I love lasers. You remember like 10 years ago when we would do these crazy chemical peels instead of lasers?
Can I be honest? I want to do a chemical peel. I did
Why?
a wait, I did a VIP peel. Did you ever do a VIP peel?
Ours was called TCA,
Okay. But
the really strong one.
anyway, I don't know. I just feel like I want a whole resurfacing like that. I know, but I do. I want that again.
I know. I have a couple clients too because those really strong peels have kind of phased out. We've like moved more towards laser, right? And so I stopped doing the TCA peels on my
Goodness.
clients, but I still have a few clients that are like, "We want the TCA peel. We want our face to peel like crazy." I'm like, "No, go get the laser."
Yep.
I know, but some people want it. They want that deep peel where your skin turns brown and then it comes off in chunks. Like to me, it's traumatizing, but some people love it and it does yield good results. It's just like a painful process, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree. It's a longer recovery, but I feel like you get better results still than the laser. But that's just
Yeah,
me.
you're
But
right. Well, I'm glad to hear that from you because I've been getting lots of feedback on the TCA, like bring it back, bring it back. If that's what the people want, I mean, you know?
you gotta deliver. You gotta deliver. All right. What else? What else? We still have 4 minutes left. Wow.
What else? I
Sh-
don't know.
I gotta go pack.
Oh my gosh. I don't want to pack, but I'm gonna do it. I'm
Tell
gonna do
me
I
about
want to
your
lay in the
tattoo.
pool. Do
Tattoo? Tell me. Time clock. What is that?
Oh, yes, this was a sermon that I heard about time being important to God and
Oh,
basically just using your time wisely, which I have a little bit of a different perspective on it now because time, so to speak, isn't really the important. It's about doing things that matter, whether it's in your career, your purpose, or your healing, or with your family, or it's not so much about make sure that you're keeping track of time and doing
got
something
it.
important all the time. It's about focusing your energy on things that help you and others evolve and grow and heal. So, yeah.
Oh my goodness, I love it. But is that two clocks? I can't see. But how many?
Uh,
Oh,
is
what's
it
the feather?
globe, a
Okay.
globe, and a quill, and a hair, and a clock.
And what does it say?
It says, "Will it matter? Will it last? Will it count?"
Oh my goodness. I never had a tattoo. I'm scared that's gonna hurt. Did it hurt?
Yes, it does hurt.
Was it in one sitting?
No, I think it was probably 4 or 5. I know I have so many tattoos and they do hurt. Oh my gosh, I'm tired of getting tattoos because they hurt. I got this big one started on my back that goes all the way down my back and down my leg and holy moly, painful and
Ah!
expensive.
And there's and now there's estheticians that are reversing that work with those microneedling and stuff too, right? Isn't that amazing? You can get the pigment out. Like if you want to take it off a tattoo, it's possible.
I have a couple tattoos that I'd like to have removed, honestly, but I've heard that hurts really bad.
I know. Oh my, it's not worth it. Let's just use some cover up. I don't know how they do it on the celebrities when they're in movies and stuff, but yeah, cover it up.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
All right. Well, Toby, we have to go almost, but what about the energy healing? Reiki, what else? She's so sweet. She comes on, she's supposed to promote herself, and she never wants to talk about herself. I love it, but you're just so sweet.
I get so much more out of talking to you than, I mean, I work all the time and I'm in school and working, so it's just like so much work and I love my job, don't get me wrong, but I would just much rather talk to you and learn from you and, connect with you.
Beautiful. You're so sweet. How can I follow you on Instagram? Tell us again.
Okay, it's third eye underscore candy. That's my Instagram.
Hmm.
That's the best way to get a hold of me. You can find my link there. And yeah,
You're so cute. And you're going where now? So you're leaving when?
I'm leaving on Thursday. So I'll be gone Thursday through Thursday pretty much. Yeah, a week.
Okay. And
Hmm.
then, so I guess we'll be back then. Are we back then after that? Because next week's Monday. It's Labor Day. We're not
Yeah,
here.
yes.
Awesome. Good. I want to hear about your travels and vacation. And
I know, I can't wait.
oh, I
Can't wait
can't
to
wait.
go.
Enjoy. I hope everything goes well for you. And again, third eye underscore candy. She also does tarot readings. Again, she doesn't really want to talk about herself, but she's an awesome soul and she can help you as a certified Reiki practitioner and so much more. Visit her there on the site and enjoy your vacation.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house.
And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.